Hi everybody, welcome back to Six Stones Wood Carving. Today I'm going to take the Kutzall Extreme burr and clear this piece of ash I had off in my yard. Since we've been doing so many carvings, drawings with these faces, I figured I'd do a quick wood spirit. And this is just with something found laying around in your yard. There's a big chunk of ash. He's kind of gnarly, but I'm going to take the Kutzall Extreme flame burr and just clear some of this wood off, and we'll draw a little face on it and carve a wood spirit quick. Okay, so I got it in my Dremel. It's just a simple Dremel 3000 I'm using here. That's it. And I'll fast forward a little bit through the cleaning process because I'm not really going to take it down with the Kutzall disc or anything. I'm just going to use the Kutzall Extreme flame burr here. And that'll be enough to get my marker out and start drawing a little face on him. Now don't forget, we got the Marshmallow on a Stick Challenge coming up. That's November 7th. Submit your pictures. sticksandstonescarvings@gmail.com. Let's cut this out here. And somebody's going to win a chainsaw carving. I'll make a video and put a couple of carvings up and ask you guys what you want actually before we do it. That's coming soon. Just got kind of a little tired of doing pumpkins at the moment, pumpkin faces. I wanted to do a carving here. We'll probably have to carve a pumpkin soon too. So stay tuned for that. And we're just going to clean a little bit more of this off and get to drawing and see what kind of character we can make on this piece of ash here. Let me see. This is why we draw so much. Now we're just going to take a face and I'm just going to make a whole new face actually, and I'm just going to wing it and try and come up with something a little different and see what we come up with here. We'll add a little nose there. Alright, what I'm doing here is I'm going to take the Kutzall Extreme tapered burr, this right here is a coarse burr, and cut right here and right there. I'm going to do a lot of this with this bit. We're just going to go around the nose here. The whole outside outline of the nose I'm doing. Okay? For whatever we happen to draw on there. And I'm going to shape those eye mounds here for a little bit. And then I'm going to actually shave them down, get that color off that we put in there, and then cut underneath them so I have the shape of the mound that I want to make the eye out of. And then we're going to go around the nose, of course. We're going to cut that out. Just using the same bit. Let's see how far we can go here. It's a nice bit. It's got a nice long shank on it, and the bit itself is really long. So you can really get in pretty deep because it's thinner than like the Kutzall Extreme flame burr, for instance. Let's put some eye lines underneath. Now remember all those drawings we did? That's all I'm really doing here is I'm doing the same thing that I do with my pencil, just only using this bit. Okay, we got the eyes out there. Still got to do the forehead, and let's draw a little bit more about around the mouth. See what kind of mouth and mustache and everything we want to put on this guy. So I'm going to do a quick mustache here. We'll make it pretty big and we'll give this guy a nice big wide mouth after that. But first we're going to have to cut this mustache out. I'm going to use the same bit. I'm going to take this tapered bit, cut around the outside of the mustache, coming up from underneath. We're going to do the bottom half. Just stay right on your line. If you want to change your line, now's the time to do it. Just do it with the bit. And then we're going to round from the inside into that cut and make sure when we go around the nose we get deep in the corners here, and we'll keep deepening that as we go, like right there. Okay. Throw a little line there and a little line there, and then shave over from the inside to the outside. And again, we're pushing that wood into the line that we cut on the outside. And then we'll come down from the top and from the bottom and also cut towards the lines that we cut. Right here I'm undercutting the mustache. Okay, we're going to have to push that wood on the top in like that, like so. and get that mustache to stand out a little bit more. Let's do a little bit more drawing. We need a mouth. So let's make this guy pretty open mouthed here. So it'll come down about here. And we'll give him a big lip. Nice wide open mouth. We'll give him a couple of teeth. And then we'll even throw some paint on him at the end. Okay, underneath that we're going to draw a very long W type shape. Insinuate a chin. And we'll give him, let me see, one tooth here. One tooth there. One there. And one about here. Oh, right here. That's a bad spot. That right there might. Hope that doesn't give us trouble later. Let's give him one more tooth. I think I can get in between those with this tapered burr. Let's try it out. Up here we also have to cut the forehead in a little bit more. I'm going to take the tapered burr now and I'm going to cut these teeth out by going around them. And this tooth right here I can tell is going to give me a problem. It's a little bit soft there. The rest I'm just going to not undercut, I'm just going to cut them out by outlining them with the bit. And we're going to go in between them and around them and underneath them and take all that wood out. Get it away from those teeth and make them stand out by taking the wood around them away. Okay. And this tooth right here, kind of squishy in the corner there. But just work on it and get all that out. Make sure you cut your lip out here. Doesn't have to be too deep. And keep shaving that wood on the inside down so the teeth all stand out. Undercutting the mustache, making sure we keep that sticking out, right? And underneath here where we're going to put the chin also. Take some wood out of there. I'll probably have to sand this down so you can see better and clean them up and get some of that bark and excess wood off the surface here. Let's cut the forehead out a little bit more. Now I do this, I go around the wood and I always tend to carve right to the back. Alright, so make sure you go around the carving when you do that on the sides. And then right here we'll cut the eyebrows out a little bit. And again, reinforcing the lines that we already have in. Taking wood out from under each little wrinkle so they stand out, okay? Let's kind of frame his face here. Can't really see with the marker, I'm just drawing guidelines here, but when I do it with the bit, you'll see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to go around here with the same bit. I'm using the tapered bit here, right? I'm digging in and going down the sides to kind of frame his face into the wood, okay? And then you want to take that wood and push it into that cut. Like right here, we're going to push it from the inside towards the cut that we just made, okay? And that's all. Come back over here, we're going to go around the mustache because we want to push that wood from the top down and in like that. Alright, so the mustache stands out on the outside also. This gives us a good opportunity to clean up our nose too when we get up there and get into those corners pretty good. And make sure you keep undercutting those lines that you already have. Make sure you don't lose them, okay? Still trying to clean up around the mouth. I definitely want to sand that. Just using this bit for everything so far. Make sure once you cut, you push those, smooth those lines together, okay, from the top down and from the bottom up. Get that face dug in there pretty good, and then just repeat the process if he's not deep enough. Reinforcing my eye lines, my wrinkles. And of course around the nose, I'm going to dig in a little more now. I like to go a little at a time so I don't really lose any of my lines, so I keep repeating and going over the same lines really, and then I just reinforce him a little bit and keep going and keep digging in as I go. Alright, let's clean him up with a sander quick. We'll smooth everything out, get those teeth to get a little bit flatter so I can run a cone burr through there. That's when you'll really start seeing all the detail and making them pop. This is a pretty hard piece of wood. Like I said, again, it's ash. But ash sands up pretty good, so I'm not going to mind the little wormholes in it or whatever I got going on. Because once I add a little bit of paint and some shading to it, you can make pretty much any wood spirit, even a goofy one with a stupid expression like this. You can make them look pretty neat. Alright? I will have to get into doing some painting tutorials and show you guys how I shade and stuff, I guess, down the road. You might be interested in something like that, but I like to highlight what I carve. I got the comb bit here now. And it's going to burn all those details in that we've already carved in, and then you'll see what we have if you can't see it too good yet. So I'm just going again through the same lines we already cut, getting a little bit deep in the corners of the eyes. You'll see me literally almost just punch two little holes there in the corners. Going around the whole carving with this, and then shaving a little bit with the corner of this bit, laying it on its side underneath every wrinkle, taking a little bit of wood out so they stand out. Okay, popping some nostrils in there quick. Let's try and get these teeth and mustache in here, and I'll probably paint his mouth black when we're done and give him a little bit of white on his eyes and some black and a highlight, just enough to make him interesting. Okay, I'm not going to overdo paint, but I do like, I said, I like to give him a little bit of shading with some dry brushing, and you'd be surprised how much different and how much it accentuates everything that you've already done. This tooth is going to give me a hassle. I'm losing it with the comb bit. It's just taking chunks and chunks. Hopefully I can clean that up and still salvage a bit of a tooth out of it. Yeah, I'm losing it a little at a time, ain't I? And then we'll make some pumpkin carvings, like I said, this week. I'm hoping to get to them. Let's do a pupil here. And we'll do a couple of these faces on a pumpkin or two and get the chainsaw out. There we go. He's got two little pupils. We'll give him some mustache lines with the cone bit here. Yep, that one right there is giving me a hassle. Do have some soft spots, but I'll just shave the wood away until I can clean it up. That's all. If I gotta sand it again, I'll sand it. He's starting to come along a little bit. This guy is flat on the back, by the way. So I'm just using my comb bit to darken all the carves that we got in, the carved lines. Add a couple of little extra detail with it. One little lines give them character. Okay. And I'm cleaning up some of the spots that aren't deep enough. And still trying to refine those lips and the teeth. This tooth right here, I'm going to have to dig around and use some paint and some shading to get it to actually look a little better, I guess. And again, I'm using the side of the comb bit to clean up. And that doesn't look too bad. Once we start adding some paint on this guy, I think we can come up with a pretty cool wood spirit. He still needs some beard hair. We're going to dig in a couple more spots, so let's give him a little bit of that. Getting back to a flame-shaped burr here. This one right here, I believe, is my typhoon bit. I'm just going to give him some lazy lines and a little bit more interesting look by adding some hair all the way around. Something I can run some paint in and some shadows, break up the contrast and make him look a little bit more like a wood spirit, not so dull, not so hairless. I'm probably not going to give him any hair on the top. And we'll clean up that mustache again. Again, we want that nose to stick out, and we don't want the mustache much higher. Pretty much I made a big divot under the nose, but still left it high, so it kind of sticks out from the side. It's a neat effect. You could try that, or you could just dig all the wood out from underneath that and then put your mustache in. It's up to you. Just buzzing away. Not really using too many tools. We used the flame shaped burr, we used the tapered burr. Let's sand him up. Got a piece of rough sandpaper here for now. I'm going to sand him up. And it needs a little bit more sanding. And this right here is what we came up with. Let me get some paint out, and I'll show you what he looks like painted. There we go. So don't be afraid to add the paint. Like I said, I touched up his eyes a little bit. I colored his mouth black and gave him some nice white teeth. So that's how you can come up with a wood spirit that quick. He's on a piece of ash. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the next one. We'll do some more drawings and maybe get some pumpkins going. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye now.